and welcome back to my channel. I've been getting this one question over and over from, people on Instagram, podcast listeners, people that are emailing me, social media, especially journalists. And it is the question, in these uncertain times, is it even feasible? Is it even possible to save money? And when BMO approached me recently to partner together so I can provide some financial education, I thought this is the topic that I need to focus on for this video. And so I should probably caveat that yes, it is possible to save money in uncertain times like we're living in right now, 100%. Actually, I would even argue this is the best time to actually take your finances and saving goals seriously. So that's what I'm going to be talking to you about in this video. Here are some ways that you may not have thought about, but are some very easy to implement ways to save money. Okay, so let's get to the good stuff. Number one, and I'm sure you've heard this advice already, but if you're not doing it, I'm gonna say it again because it is damn good advice and it works and I do it myself. I have been doing it for like a decade. It is to pay yourself first. That is right. Pay yourself first. I'm sure if you've ever read a blog post on personal finance or picked up any personal finance book, you'll have read this piece of advice, pay yourself first. There's also a really great blog post that BMO did recently. I'm gonna link in the description so you can learn a little bit more about it. But basically, it is just the concept of when you are creating your budget to make saving your focus. Your number one priority with your income should be saving first, spending second. This concept of paying yourself first is actually what inspired me to create my budget spreadsheets the way that they look. Basically, if you've ever downloaded it, again, you can find it on my website, you will basically be forced to allocate some of your net income towards savings first, and then you're supposed to allocate whatever's left over to your cost of living. Of course, when you do that, there may be some tweaking involved depending on what your expenses are, but basically it's to get you thinking of what are my savings goals, and then kind of putting your spending as, second in importance. Because at the end of the day, it's great to have income to spend, but at the end of the day, we also want to save money. That is kind of why we're working so hard, so we can save towards some of our other, maybe shorter or longer term goals. Now, another kind of way to think about it is if you don't, do paying yourself first, if you don't put the priority on saving and instead, budget in a way where you kind of allocate your money towards your expenses first, saving second, well, you're gonna find out very quickly there's never any money left over to put into savings. Isn't that so weird? Well, that's because when you put the focus on spending first, saving second, it's gonna be very difficult for you to actually cut out some line items from your spending to have more money to put towards savings. It's kind of this weird psychological thing, but there's, again, so much data that backs this up that if you do the paying yourself first method, you will be more successful at actually saving more of your money. Number two is to save automatically or make it automatic. Now, the first time I actually learned about this concept, and it's a very simple concept, was reading The Automatic Millionaire. It blew my mind. I think I read it honestly a decade ago. It blew my mind at the time because it's such a simple thing that you can do within minutes, and it will actually really work. And I've been doing this strategy of making it automatic, saving and investing automatically for a decade since I learned about it. And I will tell you, it definitely works. Again, it kind of goes into this weird, money psychology kind of thing where if we leave it up to us to save manually, so on payday, making sure we manually move from our checking account to our savings account or our investment accounts, chances are we're probably gonna slip up, we're gonna forget, we're gonna make an excuse why actually I can't afford to save this month, I need to buy this. I guarantee you that is why you're not saving as much as you could be if you were to create an automatic savings program. And so all that means is with your current bank account or bank accounts, setting it up so on, payday or, every month, whatever you want, money will automatically move from, say, your checking account to your different savings accounts to your different investing accounts. It honestly seems too simple to work, but it does work. Again, I've been doing it for years. I get all of my financial counseling clients to do it. It is the easiest way to save, and also you don't have to do anything. Once you set it up, once it's all automated, the only thing you need to do is maybe check up on your accounts to make sure, everything moved where it should be, and then that's kind of all you need to do. Number 3, track your spending. And I know no one likes to do this. I'm probably the only one in the world who actually looks forward to tracking my spending every single month. Here's the thing. If you don't track your spending, how on earth will you know where your money went the previous month, the previous several weeks, the previous year? You're not gonna know where that money went. You're gonna be like so many other people being like, I have no idea why I'm living paycheck to paycheck or where all my money went. I don't feel like I spend that much money. Well, if you track your spending on a regular basis, you will have the data to show you where your money went. So it's not enough to just create a budget, create this spending plan. So this is where we'd like my, net income to go for savings and all my expenses. You need to track your spending so you can keep yourself accountable and also make sure, okay, so this is the budget that I set up for myself. Did I actually do that on a monthly basis? Did I actually stay on budget? Or am I over budget? Am I spending more than I budgeted? It is, again, a fairly simple concept, but it does take some effort on your part. Of course, there are tons of, apps that'll help you do that. I'm an old school gal, like my spreadsheet, just do it manually. If you download any of my budget spreadsheets, I have videos to show you how to actually do it. It's very easy. You just have to download the transactions from your credit cards, your bank accounts, and any other kind of financial products that you use. Copy paste, there you go. It's very easy. I've personally been tracking my spending for over 4 years now, and same with my husband. I'm telling you, I have so much more confidence with my finances. I have so much more clarity with how I'm doing and what I need to improve upon. It honestly is a really great practice to start implementing. So I'd really, really suggest if you want to know where your money is going and making sure you can save more of it and stop spending so much of it, tracking your spending is a great thing to start doing right away. Now, since I mentioned spending, number 4 is cut back on spending that does not fit within your value system. So I am not one of those money experts who likes to tell you don't spend money on lattes or basically shame you into not spending money on certain things. I don't think that is a very effective way to budget. It honestly just makes people feel bad. Believe me, I used to take some of that advice and it just made me feel bad. So instead of thinking about, oh, I shouldn't be spending money on this and having this kind of negative kind of mindset when it comes to that, think of it in some different terms. Cutting back on spending that doesn't fit within your personal value system. So really take a look when you are tracking your spending to see, where is my money going and does it make me feel good? Maybe you actually don't value lattes. Maybe you're only doing it because everyone else in the office is doing it, or it's just a habit and I don't even like lattes. Whatever the case, it is so important to be able to look at your spending and really see, okay, where's my money going and do I feel good or bad about it? And if you don't like where your money is going, if you're spending too much money on this area or that area, then you know where to cut back on. Now, you may have to still make some hard decisions. You may have to cut back on things you like to spend money on, but you just can't afford at this moment. So that's another kind of thing to maybe put in your mind. Even if you have to cut back on some expense, it might just be temporary. It doesn't have to be forever. Maybe when you're in a better financial space, you've paid off debt, you have more savings, you feel you're earning more money, whatever the case, then maybe you can start spending your money on that one thing you had to cut back originally. Number 5, and this is such a simple and kind of fun thing to do, and you could do this right away. This is something that I kind of learned about, I think, several years ago. It was another money expert who had this idea. I'm like, what a genius idea. It is basically having what I like to call a wallet reminder. So when you were crafting your budget, maybe you're also outlining your, long-term financial goals. You have this vision of what you want to do with your money. What a great idea to put a little note card in your wallet that either has a list of some of your financial goals to remind you of why you're trying to, cut down your spending and stay on budget, or maybe a helpful little question to ask yourself before you take out your credit or debit card. Do I actually need this? Or does this fit my value system? Something that will be effective when you open up your wallet, and whether you're going to the shop or buying something online, you always have to open up your wallet and you'll always see that wallet reminder. So it's kind of a great practice just to get yourself thinking about your spending more, basically becoming more mindful with your spending. I know quite a few people that actually do this little trick. It's very, very effective. And then eventually you'll probably get into a place where maybe you don't even need the note card. It's just like instilled into your brain before spending any money. You remind yourself, well, is this gonna help or hinder me to reach my financial goals? Or do I really need this? Do I actually want to buy, this item, or am I actually okay? Maybe I'm thinking of buying this or spending some money because of something I'm feeling inside, like stress, anxiety, sadness, whatever the case. So one easy thing you can do right now, just get a Post-it, write your wallet reminder, and then put it in your wallet for next time. And lastly, number 6 is avoid lifestyle inflation. This is probably the biggest culprit of why people feel like I'm earning more money than I used to, but I'm still not saving any money. I don't get it. It's this thing called lifestyle inflation, where as your income grows, so does your spending. So as an example, let's say you get a raise at work, and tell me if this isn't you, because this is all of us, okay? You get this raise at work and you immediately start figuring out, where do I want to spend that money? This extra money, what am I going to do with it? And you immediately start mentally shopping in your mind. I'm going to buy, a new purse. I'm going to maybe find a better apartment. Maybe I'm going to buy this one thing I've been really wanting for a while and now I can finally afford it. Well, if you do that, then you're not really better off. If you just start immediately spending that additional income that you're earning, you're exactly where you used to be before that raise. So if you're able to, try to just live the exact same way you were before getting that raise. If you are to just maintain that same cost of living, then you just have this additional income that you can put towards savings or your investments, which means ultimately you're building your wealth a little bit quicker because now you have more income to put towards savings and your investments. So if you're able to do that, highly recommend it. One thing I usually kind of tell people, because you do want to treat yourself, you do want to feel good about something, like that, like a raise, you accomplished that, you should feel good about it. Maybe give yourself a specific amount of money as some fun money. Maybe you do want to buy that person, you want to treat yourself. That's totally fine. Make sure that you take a look at okay, how much extra am I earning? How much do I want to give myself as that kind of treat to myself? And then that's it, put the rest into savings. And the same should be done if you get any kind of windfall. And so that could be, a bonus, a one-time bonus at work, birthday money or Christmas money, an inheritance, a tax refund. Instead of spending that money automatically, maybe putting a portion of that, money that you got into a fun money, checking account or something like that so you can treat yourself. But the majority of it, put it into savings and investments. So those are my 6 very easy to implement savings tips. These are all things that you can start doing today, and I promise you will thank yourself later that you started today. Because I feel like sometimes we're always waiting for this perfect moment. Oh, once I start earning more, once I start, finish this one project, once I do whatever. We always have excuses to not really take our finances seriously. But I'd say during times of crises, this is the best time to take your finances seriously and actually do something about it. Not just talk about it, actually do something about it. I promise you, time goes by so quickly, so the sooner you start taking action and taking care of yourself and your finances, the better off you'll be in the future. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much to BMO for sponsoring this video. Make sure to check them out. They've got some really great articles on their blog that I'm going to link to in the description of this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to this channel and like this video if you liked it, and comment below if you have any other questions, or let me know what you'd like me to do a future video on. That would be awesome. Thanks again for watching. I will see you next time with a fresh video coming at you very, very soon.